Hello everybody and welcome to what is potentially my craziest video ever. Yes, you did read the title correctly. Now, before we do anything and before I show you what we've got behind this tractor, I want to make one thing incredibly clear because I know what this can do when people take it the wrong way. So, this is going to be a one-off video. This is not a series, this is a bit of fun and no other video is going to be like this. This video, to put it simply, is going to be unrealistically crazy. So if you're not interested in that kind of thing, the best thing to do is to click off the video now. If that's you, thanks for watching, I'll see you again soon. If not, then please stay tuned and I will now show you what we're going to be doing. So, we have got a 20-wheel Challenger here with, I think it's about 32 meters in width. This Amazon cedar planter. Absolutely huge. We then have a cultivator, which is again pretty big, but not as big as the cedar. Yep, that thing speaks for itself. Same with the one behind it, which is very slowly creeping this way. Shortly followed after that, we've got another Challenger. This is a standard Challenger, and it's got the, I think it's the Bergman auger wagon on the back. Yeah, massive thing, the chaser bin. Then followed again is a BSM trailer on an articulated lorry. So, well, actually there's two. There's two of them. One isn't enough. No, this is going to be crazy. This is a crazy video. So, hopefully it's going to go fairly well. Now, you might be thinking, well, Daggerwin, what are you going to be doing with all of this unrealistic equipment? Well, what we're going to be doing is going to film number 5, which you can see we do own. This is, by the way, the original Goldcrest Valley save game, which I started off on before the release of FS17. So, we don't have the tracks anymore. Everything that we owned has now gone, but it is the same save game, just if you wanted to know. The only thing is that we now have field number 5, which we didn't have before because it cost £1 million. We also haven't gained any reputation with the farmer over there. We just bought it straight away. Now the machinery which is following us is going to be fairly slow because I've set a fairly big distance behind us because I know that if I stop, there is going to be a pile-up and it's going to be carnage. So I've just set a massive distance between everything, about 40 to 50 meters. Wow, driving this thing is like driving a ship, sailing a ship. Must get that right. Anyway, of course it's going to be done in order. First thing first is going to be cultivating. The field is currently stubble. We bought it in a stubble stage, so that is going to be done first. Then we're going to plant it, of course. Everything is in order. It isn't going to be fertilised, believe it or not. It's not a good idea to. I think if we did do that, the amount of grain which we get off it is going to be insane. Where have my buildings gone? That's weird. Right, we're stopping here because what we need to do is just place a seed refill point, which should be in here somewhere. I do have them. Here we go. The seed tank. I can very conveniently place it here. Everybody else is catching up. I'm still a bit concerned about being crashed into because everyone is going at full speed. So, is that close enough? No. It's currently set to potatoes, okay. It shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter. There we go, that's close enough. I have just backed into the vehicle behind, but all is good. This is the only video I think which I can get away with being unrealistic in. Like, completely unrealistic. Now you might be thinking, well, did you just think of this and then do it? To be completely honest with you all, I have been planning this video for 3 months. And that is not a lie. I've just been trying to find the best way of doing it. Interesting. Carnage! Just what we didn't want. Okay, that's probably not a bad thing because we do need to get around this bend in one piece, so having everybody else following me at 12 miles per hour is no bad thing. But yeah, roughly 3 months I have been planning this video. Finding the right time has been tough. But I think now that we've got the correct equipment to do it with, it should go pretty well. For those of you who love unrealistic mayhem. Right, so I've just been adjusting some things. The Challenger was trying to crash into the combine behind too much, but that's now fixed. The lorry is doing its own thing. I'm not quite sure what it's doing back there, but it's okay. It's on the way. So you may be also thinking, this is going to take a long time. It is, yeah. The cultivating is the issue, because the cultivator is not that big. These days, because cultivators are so huge, it's actually quite hard to find a mod which is unrealistically big. This one I think is much bigger than the biggest one in the world, but I wouldn't say it is by too much, although I haven't actually unfolded it yet. It could be a very deceptive thing. It is looking that way. Nonetheless, it is going to be very interesting to see all of this in action. We'll skip the time when it's all growing. Everything is going to be done in this video. It's not a series, I must make that very clear. We're going to cultivate, plant or seed, and also harvest all today. It's going to be very busy. But the video shouldn't be much longer than usual. I'm hoping to cram it in. So yes, there's no fertiliser going on here. We can actually fertilise with this, but we're just not going to. Like I say, I think it's just going to cause issues. There'll be whichever crop it is coming out of our ears. Now this is actually, because it's obviously a very modified thing, it's been designed so that it can plant anything, any crop at all. Your choice. So I think what we're going to do is just take it easy. We're going to go with wheat. Wheat is quite a good crop to do. This might have even been adjusted so that you don't even have to cultivate first, but we're not going to be that unrealistic. How I can say that while driving this, I have no idea. But we are going to take it steady. Right, so it can join the queue. That isn't straight away. It's this thing first. So, oh, by the way, this is the Stealth Edition. This is made by Giants. I think it was pre-order copies of FS17 that got this. Now we may actually get another one of these. It isn't that big. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it isn't that big in the grand scheme of things in this video. So, hopefully a worker is going to be able to control it okay. Yeah, look at the speed on it as well. Impressive. Look at that! The slow coaches! They are heading down the road. It is a good idea that they go slow. It's just going to cause a big mess. So these are obviously last. They're going to be waiting a very long time. Oh no, they're actually still following the Challenger. Ugh, we need to stop it quick. That was close. That could have gone really badly wrong. You see, that cultivator, yes, it's absolutely gigantic, but compared to the field, it isn't. Not at all. So we are going to have to get another one. Dead easy though. We can easily afford it and everything. In fact, I might as well just lease it. That's what we do. Because this is just a bit of fun. It doesn't need to be super realistic. Which machine should we use? By the way, every mod which I use in this video is going to be down below in the description. Now, which one should we pick? I suppose we could go for the Field Viper, which is the other one which was in the pre-order version of the game. So, yep, we'll pick the same cultivator again. There it is. Lease it. £6,000 to lease. Let's just hope the workers can do this, otherwise it's going to be pretty hard on me. I suppose we can actually get the seeder going as well. Once we're far enough in front, the seeder is much wider than any of these. Okay, so we go. This is actually, I would say, except for possibly a mod review, I think this is the first time I've ever used this tractor. And it actually does look like a snake. Ooh. Don't like snakes. I also turned traffic off because I knew it would cause issues. Oh, looking underneath the road. Surprisingly bumpy underneath the road. Like craters. I hope nothing too heavy drives over here. Oh wait, we have just done that. Let's just get past all of this. Blocking all the road. We'll start from the other side. And they should join roughly in the middle. Obviously this one on this side is going to go further. It's been going longer. Where's it gone? Out of view, I suppose. The view distance isn't really that far when it comes to machinery. So yeah, let's just go over here. And we should get it done within the next 15-20 minutes, hopefully. We've got loads to do. Got to get the seeding done. It's got to grow, which shouldn't take too long at all. And then, of course, the amazing harvest with our grain carter and the 2 BSM trailers, which I'm really looking forward to. All the years I've been playing Farming Simulator, So from 2008 onwards, basically. I've played it since the beginning. I've seen on all these mod sites these oversized, ridiculous mods appear, and I've always thought, why do people even bother making them? Who is going to use them? And here I am today, using them. Oh yes. It is tempting, I have to say. It is very tempting to give them a go, as a one-off. Right, that seems to be working. Yes, there it is. So we may be able to start this, but I do have a suspicion that when this is unfolded, it's actually going to reach to the stubble over there. It is big. Very big. We have wings. Okay, I may have overestimated it there. It's not quite as big as that. But we're not planting potatoes. No, we're not planting any potatoes. Let's go for wheat. Wheat or barley. Barley's very similar anyway, so it doesn't really matter which one. But yeah, we've got wheat selected. And I will, for the first run at least, do this ourselves. We don't need to have a worker straight away. This is converted from FS13, it looks to be. Must have been converted from 13 to 15, then 17. See, the good thing about a worker is it can keep it straight. And I really can't. That is immense. Look at the size of that tractor. 20 wheels on a tractor. That is just incredible. I'm amazing myself. I have stumbled across an issue. That is, if we want a worker to do this, we're going to have to switch on the fertiliser. And we're not doing that. So I'm going to have to do it all myself. But with something so large, I don't think that's an issue. This field is perfect for the Big Bud DLC. Any field this big requires the Big Bud DLC. Although, this Challenger is probably bigger than the Big Bud. You'd have thought it would be. I don't know the horsepower for it. No idea. But look at the good job I'm doing. Look how straight it is, he says sarcastically. Not even this can confuse GPS. It suddenly dawned on me that we have it, and it is so useful. Yes, I think it's recognising this to be about 33 metres. I think in the mod description it actually said 32, but it usually gives a bit either side, the GPS does. That was auto width, so 34 it's actually giving it to. Now it's going to miss a tiny bit because it's the first run it's actually done GPS with. If I press Control and right arrow, if we do it before a tree, there is a tree, just hit a tree, it would have been good. It's the issue with having something so huge. Okay, let's go again. Brilliant, it's working well. So we've only gone up and then down, then obviously going back up again, and we're already, well, certainly a third of the field is done. Yeah, it's about a third. That cultivator's way over there. This one is getting very close. They can't really keep away from us, but they'll both be done before we even get anywhere near the end with this. So what do you think to my idea, making this video? I know it's going to get negative responses from some people. That is why I did the thing at the beginning of the video saying if you're not interested it's best to leave now, because I know that if you're one of these people who's really invested in the realism side of things, it is going to be painful to watch this. But for those of you who just want to have a bit of fun, a bit of mess around on Goldcrest Valley, this is perfect. And I have wanted to do this, like I say, for a long time. Whether I do it again though, I don't know. Obviously with the Big Bud DLC we'll be doing it, but then they're real machines. So there's nothing unrealistic about that. This field is so big the Challenger over there is actually disappearing over the brow of the hill. Wow. Amazingly, I did harvest all of this field with a fairly small combine harvester on my own. The whole thing, with no worker. It took 2.5 hours, real time. And I have to say, I had a very stiff neck after that, and I was bored. There is only a certain amount of virtual combine harvesting I can do without getting bored. How I actually did it to the end, I don't know. But I did. Right, let's get back on track. I don't know how many of these, are they called hoppers? Don't know how many there are. But it's a lot, to put it simply. It looks like this is going to be the final part for these two cultivators. In fact, they're going to clash. This one is just heading down that way, this one's going up that way. They're going to meet in the middle, which is what I expected. And it's fair to say the cultivator which started first has done quite a bit more. Obviously very understandable. Just noticed this GPS is actually a bit too far in. I need to adjust that. I will just put it to... I think it's supposed to be about 30. That is making a drastic difference, wow. 32, I think. About that. Are they going to go through each other? No, they've stopped. Blocked by an object. Let me just get one moved. Field Viper. Move out the way. Put it over here. Just at the edge of the field. Where it can't get crashed into. Let's continue. Okay, it's not working. Let's continue again. Hopefully the other one's going to finish the job. Should do. No, it didn't continue. We'll finish this off. And I've actually just realised that we probably could have had the fertilising on because the cell point is literally just next to us. No, look, it is actually cultivating. That is cultivating. So we don't have to do this. But we're going to. That cedar planter in real life, I'm pretty sure, would never be able to cultivate. It isn't a direct drill. And that's it done. The cultivating is finished. Again, we'll put it out of the way somewhere, just over here. It can't be in the way of the lorry or the grain carter, or in fact the combine harvesters, which we should start thinking about because this is going to start growing. Very close to the end now. All we have to do is come back down again and then we are finished. Then what I'm going to do is a very, well, it wouldn't really be a time lapse, but it's sort of a time lapse of the crop growing. It will only be a matter of seconds from just sown to ready to harvest, just to add to our array of unrealistic things to do in this video. So many people say that I'm unrealistic in my videos, so maybe doing this is going to be good. It's like taking your anger out on something. I can just take out all my unrealistic stuff and then we can be realistic again in the future, if that's how you think of my videos. But I think they're alright. It's only a game after all. Oh no! This has never been planted, cultivated I should say. This should be able to do it. It's a clever cedar. Look at that. Perfect. Very useful, even if not very practical. Right, we'll swing around at the end of here, go back up, and then we'll be done. Can't get over the 20 wheels. Very impressive. From cab view, it's like having some silos stuck to the side of your wheels. It's just ridiculous. Here we are, the end of the field. Oh, it's actually planting the grass margin too. It's just sticking on the GPS lines. I'm not used to such big equipment. You can see how it's being stretched. The textures have stretched as well. Right, so there we go. We're done. Let's just pull over to the side again and just fold it up. It must take some fairly beefy hydraulic rams to fold this up. Whoa. Just like an aeroplane, except it can't fly. Right. Here we go. Let me just stand over here. We will go up into the air and then we'll be able to see it grow. Here we go. Okay, so that should be a good enough view. Let's watch how it germinates and does everything else, in fact. My seeds aren't growing. Oh no, progress! They're growing! Taking long enough though. How many days is this taking? Wood chips, great demand. It's another day. There must have been some fairly special seeds. It's a bit more. You don't realise how many great demands there are until you speed up the time to 120,000 times. It's raining! Good for the crops. Anything? Come on, grow a bit more. I thought it'd be a few seconds. Sunflowers now. There we go, it's just grown a bit more. It's a bit being missed over there. Right, one more night, then it should be ripe. Or not. Another night. These lazy crops. There we go, done. Right, we will skip another night actually. Actually, no, what time is it? 1 in the afternoon. Right, that's good enough. What the... Oh, it's a different field. Let's go over here. Let's get going. So, one thing I'm going to point out here is that... It's just grown anyway. This combine is not modified in any way. So, it's going to find it very hard to keep up with the header. Very hard. It's likely going to be full within seconds. Although, because I never used it before, I don't know. It's just my guess. But this is another reason why I didn't do any fertilising in the field. It would have been just chaos. Let's hope it fits. It does. That's good. Unfold it. And then make sure we go to the correct field. This header is feeling absolutely gigantic. Now, first of all, we should actually take a headland off. Can you imagine the amount of straw we get out of this? Whoa, I've got to attempt it. PTO... Oh, that could be an issue too. The PTO shaft is going to be absolutely huge. Look at the size of that. Yes, the amount of straw which comes out the back would be a sight. Or it would just be normal. Getting quite a few things right here. So actually, it's performing very well, and it isn't filling up very fast. That's amazing. That's very astonishing. Well, we'll take one headland off, then we'll get the workers going, then I can do the carting. And I don't think we'll need more than the 2 trailers. That should be plenty. Of course, we're going to empty them if they're full. But no, this is amusing. And quite interesting to see. I like to see the games being pushed sort of to their limits. I mean, you can see this header has been totally stretched because it's even stretched the wheels with it. They're sort of oval shaped. They're no longer round. But I have to say, I'm very surprised about the straw coming out the back. If I stop, maybe. Ah, yes. Yeah, that's more like it. If you were to bale that, there would be a bale every couple of seconds. Again, we should try it, but I don't want to do too many of these unrealistic videos. Like I say, this is probably going to be the only one. It's really just the size of the field which needs to be done with the headland, because with the harvester, because otherwise, when the workers come to turn, they crash into the trees. And usually we'd go around 3 times, but with this, obviously, 3 times is probably going to complete the field. 87% full, but I have to say it really has lasted much longer than I thought. If we were to do it with fertiliser, it would have been full probably... Well, it's almost 100%. If we were to plough as well, it would be 100% extra productivity, so it would be half of this when it was full. And that is impressive. Right, this is what we need to get into. The Bergman Chaser, I think. It's not steering. Oh, it's still... Oh, it's stuck on a worker. Been charging us all that time. Worker fees. Yes, I think we've lost about £200,000. still. Money is no object here. It's not going to fill it. It's still a standard combine after all. But we do need to have the lorry available at all times to unload this into. And this is actually the first time I've probably been able to use a chaser bin as well. It's weird actually that the only time I can use some of the standard and realistic equipment properly is when I'm being unrealistic. That's strange, something not right there. This is why we need to have some American maps and stuff like that, some really big open fields. I have to go in at a bit of an angle actually, because that header is so wide we can't reach it, we can't get past it. So with that done, let's get this into position as well. Is that still on a worker? No, love the lights. So, I think really it can stay over here. It doesn't have to go chasing around the field. This is a good place for it, just on this grassy area. We can unload into that, no problem at all. So the engine can go off, and the Vulture. Yeah, surplus to requirement today. I don't think you're in any way big enough. Only the big equipment is being able to do anything today. Let's continue. It'll be much better when the workers are going, because then we'll be just in the chaser bin. It'll be non-stop. When we get down to this corner, we can set it off on a worker. We can also set the other combine off as well. And then it's going to be full on. But short-lived. It won't last very long. With a header this size, with two of them in fact, this field is going to get eaten in a matter of minutes. We should be timing it. Oh, I forgot. We should have been timing it. Look at that snail trail. This field is making that slither of a field look like nothing. So narrow. So that's now on a worker. This is the other combine harvester, as you can clearly tell. It's going to go the other side. So we're basically going to be going between the two sides of the fields. They'll be merging, they'll be coming up in the middle, they'll be going towards each other. So each time it'll be easier. The lorry may be too close, I'm not too sure. But I'd rather move the lorry than take another bit off here, because obviously the more we take off this side of the field, the more frequently they have to turn around, so it wouldn't really be ideal. The other one is full. So once this is going, we can get cracking with the chaser bin and start offloading into the lorry. It's quite hard to find the trigger here because the whole header has been expanded. Right. Oh yeah, the PTO problem again. Right, go! We need this. We've got to unload the other combine. In fact, the other combine only filled this 28%. So you can almost get 4 full loads into here. We're not going to, but you could almost do if you wanted to. We'll keep unloading it since we've got to go quite a long way each time. When you're in these tractors which are so big, it actually does genuinely feel like sailing a ship. That is so huge. They actually rock like a ship, as if it's on the water. Well, that's the case in Farming Simulator anyway. I don't know if it is in real life. Here is Combine 1. Let's just pull into the left-hand side as tight as we can do to unload. Look at that bulge that's come out the back. Bulge of straw. Yeah, I take back what I said about it not looking like a great deal. I think if you had that much coming out the back in real life, you would be concerned. Somehow your straw would be multiplying within the combine. Very clever combine. When this is empty, we'll go and load it into the trailers. That lorry looks very long from here. Right, almost there. 60% I would say, and then it'd be done. 57%. And then no doubt when we get over to the other side of the field, the combine over there, combine 2, will be full as well. It is full on. Let's just unfold the auger. And then begin to fill these trailers. Now these trailers are 70,000, yeah look at that, 80% full. These are 70,000 litres each, so it's going to be close, but I don't think it will fill them. I look forward to finding out. Right, unload here, Control I. Whoa! Don't bother with that. Projectile unloading. Need to put more on the 5th wheel. Oh yeah, I'm not really used to this thing. I very rarely use it. What I need to do is put the actual auger down, like this. There we go. We get there in the end. Yes, the other combine is full. And this one is blocked. Let's put more up here. The unload rate is just fantastic. Looks like this one is the wrong way round. That is fairly typical, 50-50 chance of that. We may have to just go into the crop slightly. This one has bulged so much at the back, it's actually picked up the back of the combine harvester. Get that reversed into there. The other combine is 80% full. So yes, it is definitely going to be a full-on job from now on. And the thing about these combines is they do unload fairly slowly compared to the rate of the auger wagon. When that's moved we can reverse, there we go. I suppose what you could do is cut straight through the middle of the field and keep using the same tram line each time, but we won't do. We'll go around. A bit of extra speed would be nice. Same thing applies, gonna have to reverse in. And then it can be on its way. And then of course, you've guessed it, we're going back over there again to unload the other one. Oh, it's going through these fields. Oh, whoa, that is full. Can we stay there? No, gonna have to reverse in again. Every time. Now this has started to do it on this side, it's never going to finish. It's always going to be full at the same place. But I would say we have to unload the other one over there once more, twice more. Yeah, twice more each I would say. We're going to go and empty this over in the lorry. That one's 80% full again. It's almost predictable. But we're still on trailer number 1. Maybe it'll all fit in the first trailer. This is a full load. Right, okay, so the first trailer is full. We should probably go back over to this combine over here. This one has been waiting for quite some time. So there we go, that's filling up, and yeah, I think really, oh we're rolling, this does happen. When the other one's done, it will just be half and half, they're going to split it half and half. I don't think any will be full again, they'll both just be close to full. But if you get out, it doesn't roll. Would you believe it, I am stuck on a pile of straw. That one is done, oh wow, this one is almost full again. That is incredible. Well, it isn't going to be total full, I don't think. Because the other one is now going to head up here. They're going to meet in the middle, and we're going to unload it while going up. So, yes, it definitely won't be full. It's just going to get close to full. Wait for it to turn. unloading on the move though is going to be tough, so yeah, maybe we should just wait for it to be 100%, then it will stop. Or I could just stop it now and move it out of the way, which actually I probably should do. Can't keep up with it. Stop there. You are full. Right. Oh, mine tracks the cab. Okay, so when the other one has got to the end of here, that will of course be the field completed. We will have cultivated it, seeded it, and harvested it all within the same episode, which I've never done before, ever. And this is the biggest field, so that has to be said is an achievement. But at the same time, we have massively cheated. But it was fun, all the same. Almost here. This is almost full. Probably won't all fit into this auger wagon. We'll have to just see. No, I don't think it will do. I'll unload it. It's going into the second trailer now. I should probably put more on the front, on the dolly. I suppose it has to be really fast at unloading, because if it isn't, it's going to take absolutely forever, and then everyone will just give up waiting for you. And when it's done. In fact, we could just go straight to the combine harvester with this trailer, although getting round that corner, around the header, could be very troublesome. So yeah, let's just do it this way. It's going to be easier. There we go, empty. I really don't know how much could be in here, because all it's done is just head up to the top and then come back down again, not even taking in the full width, so it can't be a great deal. Is it possible to climb up here? There is a ladder. Can't climb the ladder. Ah, there we go. 8,393 litres. So this can finish off loading the second trailer, and then we'll sell it all and see how much money we've made. It probably won't be that much actually. Very fast at unloading. So we finish off with, from this field, 105,199 litres. 75%, the two trailers full in total. Now, which is the best way of going? Steering on this lorry isn't the best, so yeah, we can't turn very tight. That's funny, from inside here, that looking down that bonnet looks just like a Massey Ferguson tractor, an old one, like from the 70s or 80s, with the silver at the front. I was so tempted to attach a third trailer, but then I knew we'd never need it. But that would have been a proper road train. One day we'll do it, but as that quite clearly proves, we would have to have a lot of grain. So these don't tip very high, which is actually a good thing, because it would go through the roof. Oops. That was a mistake. That is weird. It's so heavy, it's lifting the front of the truck off the ground. Watching the money? Let's see how much we can get. They should be fairly fast at emptying. I think the reason why they don't tip very high is this exact reason. It would have been ridiculous, everything would have been going through the roof. So that was £28,786, and this one on the back here, let's get it sold, isn't as full, so it will be less, and also the demand will now be less because we just sold a load. That is, can we hit 600,000? That's actually less than what we started off with, but there you go. 19,758. So that concludes today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And yes, I don't know if there'll be another one. It was just a bit of fun. But if there is, stay tuned. If there isn't, then stay tuned to my other videos. Until then, thanks for watching, and see you again very soon. Bye for now.